Namaste. Welcome to this video on Arjuna's character analysis. Arjuna is one of the central figures in the Hindu epic, Mahabharata. He is a Pandava prince and a skilled warrior who played a crucial role in the Kurukshetra war, which is the main event in the Mahabharata. In this video, we will analyze Arjuna's character, his personality traits, his actions, and his decisions. We will also discuss whether he can be considered a hero or not. So, let's get started. Arjuna was the third son of Pandu and Kunti. He was the best archer of his time and was trained by the great Guru Drona. He was also a close friend of Lord Krishna, who played an important role in his life. Arjuna had many wives, including Draupadi, who was the wife of all the Pandavas. Arjuna was known for his bravery, skill, and intelligence. He was also a righteous person who followed dharma, the moral code of conduct in Hinduism. However, like any other human being, Arjuna had his weaknesses, which we will discuss in detail. Arjuna had many admirable personality traits. He was a skilled warrior, a loyal friend, and a devoted husband. He was also a learned person who had knowledge of various subjects. Arjuna was a good communicator, and he could persuade people with his words. Arjuna was a confident person, but he was not arrogant. He knew his strengths and weaknesses and was always willing to learn. He was a compassionate person who cared for others' welfare. He was also a responsible person who fulfilled his duties and obligations. However, Arjuna had some negative traits as well. He was often impulsive and emotional. He was prone to depression and self-doubt. He had a tendency to overthink and analyze things, which sometimes led to indecisiveness. He was also known for his ego and pride, which sometimes clouded his judgment. Arjuna's actions and decisions were crucial in shaping the events of the Mahabharata. He played a central role in the Kurukshetra war, which lasted for 18 days. Arjuna was the commander-in-chief of the Pandava army, and his leadership skills were put to the test during the war. Arjuna's most famous action was his refusal to fight in the war, which is known as the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was overcome by doubt and despair and questioned the morality of the war. Lord Krishna then gave him a discourse on dharma and convinced him to fight for the right cause. Arjuna's decision to fight in the war was crucial in ensuring the victory of the Pandavas. Arjuna also made some controversial decisions during the war. He killed Karna, his half-brother, who was fighting on the side of the Kauravas. Arjuna's decision to kill Karna was criticized by many, including Lord Krishna. However, Arjuna believed that it was necessary to kill Karna to ensure the victory of the Pandavas. Arjuna's decision to break the rules of the war and kill Jayadratha was another controversial decision. Jayadratha was responsible for the death of Arjuna's son, Abhimanyu, and Arjuna was determined to avenge his son's death. He broke the rules of the war and killed Jayadratha, which was considered an unethical act. Hero or not? Now, the question arises, was Arjuna a hero or not? The answer to this question is not straightforward. Arjuna had many admirable qualities, and his actions were instrumental in the victory of the Pandavas. He was a skilled warrior, a loyal friend, and a righteous person who followed dharma. However, Arjuna's actions were not always ethical or moral. He made some controversial decisions during the war, which raised questions about his character. For example, his decision to kill Karna and Jayadratha went against the principles of dharma and the rules of the war. Moreover, Arjuna's emotional and impulsive nature often clouded his judgment. He was prone to self-doubt and indecisiveness, which could have had disastrous consequences. For example, if Arjuna had not been convinced by Lord Krishna to fight in the war, the outcome could have been different. Therefore, it can be argued that while Arjuna had heroic qualities, he was not a perfect hero. He had his flaws and weaknesses, which sometimes led to questionable actions. However, it is also important to remember that Arjuna was a human being, and like any other human being, he had his limitations. In conclusion, Arjuna was a complex character who had both admirable and questionable qualities. He was a skilled warrior, a loyal friend, and a righteous person who followed dharma. However, he was also emotional, impulsive, and sometimes made questionable decisions. Whether or not Arjuna can be considered a hero is a matter of interpretation. While he had heroic qualities, his flaws and weaknesses also need to be taken into consideration. Ultimately, it is up to each individual to decide whether Arjuna was a hero or not. Thank you for watching this video on Arjuna's character analysis. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on Hindu mythology and other topics. Namaste. Thanks for watching.